In this video, I want to go ahead and dive into regenerating our health. So currently, if we take a look at our stamina, we can see that it decrements and then starts to go back up. But with our health, when I press G, we lose health, but we don't regenerate it. And likewise, whenever we go down, we have no way to actually, regenerate our health back up because we're basically just, we're kind of stuck at zero. So we want to work on that. So to begin, let's go to our gas folder, effects, and player. Now we put our stamina stuff in a folder called movement. I'm going to do the same thing for health. So let's make a new folder called health. And we can go ahead and put our modifier player health right inside of there. Downed is a maybe. Nah, I think downed is probably best left separate. So let's go to health. And in here, we want to make a new gameplay effect. So let's just duplicate our health one here and name it to match our stamina regeneration, which was health regeneration. So we can open that back up. We already have the attribute we want. That's good. We want to change the policy out to be infinite. So that way it's a constantly running effect. And for our case, we're going to set the period to say, we'll do 1. So every 1 second, we're just going to regenerate. Actually, let's lower that a little bit. Try like 0.75. So every 3/4 of a second, we are going to increment our health by, say, 25. So let's change our magnitude calculation type to scalable float and just use 25. So now, if we look at our health, oh yeah, that's right, we have to actually apply this effect first. So let's go to our player folder, go to our player state, and under our starting effects, let's just go ahead and add our health regeneration. Now, if we look at our health, it is continually going up by 25 every, 3/4 of a second. And I can still lose health and all that just fine. So now we run into the same issue that we had with our stamina. So with our stamina, we had to go through and clamp our value between our 0 and 100. Now, in our case, stamina is something we're basically always going to have fixed at 100. However, it's probably not a bad idea to make a max stamina attribute. And in the case of health, we are going to need that max health attribute. Now, the reason for this is if I ever decide to say implement Juggernog, which takes our health from a max of 100 to, I believe it's 250, then we need to know, what our max health should be. So that way we can, whenever we drink the Juggernog, start regenerating our health until we hit that 250 limit. Then once we, go down, we lose our Juggernog and our health has a max of 100 again. So that's the idea behind this. So to begin, let's go to our attribute and we're going to duplicate our health and then just rename it to max health. And we have our onRep max health. So let's also duplicate our onRep health and change it to onRep max health. Create the definition, copy the macro that we've done before, and just change again health to max health. And then go to our doRep lifetime props, get lifetime replicated props, and once more change it to max health. And that's all. We now have our max health property or attribute. So now we just need to clamp it. So if we are not, having a stamina attribute modified, which I do want to check first, because in my opinion, it's probably the most likely attribute that's going to actually be changed. So the sooner we get to it, the less operations have to run, rather than if we had, if our health was changed, or if it was our mana or something else, and then our stamina, we're going to be going through all those checks rather than just checking our stamina immediately and going, yep, it's our stamina, and changing. So granted, our attributes here are going to be, our effects in this case are going to be infinite. So it doesn't really matter too much, but our stamina does run more frequently than the health anyways. So the same kind of concept does, apply here. So we want to go ahead and make a else if and check if the attribute is equal to the get health attribute. So that way we know that we are on our health attribute. So now we want to go ahead and clamp our health value, so our new value, between 0 and our get max health. So that way we're basically just locked there. So no matter what, we're not going to go beyond whatever we we assign as our max health value. Okay, so that should be all we need to do here. Let's go ahead, recompile, and relaunch. And let's go ahead and see, where does that go? So let's go ahead and try to really quickly fix up redirectors. Make sure we don't have any. Save all. Because it looks like it's trying to point to a different, let's see, modify player health. No, it goes to the right spot. All right, let's go ahead and close out of the editor. We'll just save, recompile, and relaunch. Okay, once we are back in the editor, we want to go ahead and head over to our gas folder, effects, player, and our init player stats. Now, the reason for this is we want to go ahead and set our max health value. So right now we have just our health. So we're setting our health to, the value of 100 as our starting point. And once it reaches, our pre-attribute based change, we're basically going to be just setting it right back to 0 because max health is 0. So we want to go ahead and make a new entry. And I want to run this before our set health. So that way we're setting the max health before we actually set our health. So let's set the max health, set it to override, and we're going to set it to 100 by default. So we're just setting our max health before our normal health. And now when we hit play, we can see our health is 100 and our max health is also 100. So if I press G, we went down to 75. Now we're up to 100. And I press G again to die, and you can see it regenerated. So where am I at? It took me to, Narnia, because it destroyed my my pawn. So that's something also we're going to have to take into account, is if there are no players to spectate, then we don't want to destroy our pawn. So I'll add that to the to-do list. But you can kind of see how that was working. So I press G, we're going out of 50, then it goes up to 75, then 100. So it does start to regenerate. And it does seem like that is a bit on the fast side, just in general. So I'm going to bump this up to say, we'll do like 1.5 seconds. So every 1.5 seconds, it's going to try to bump up our health. So 50, then 75, then 100. So if we are lower than, at a lower threshold, it'll just kind of start to bump itself up. But anyways, that's really all I wanted to go ahead and get done, just so we had a nice starting point for health regeneration. Because otherwise, whenever we get revived, we have a slight issue. So if I play with 2 clients, and I'll just go down, and actually, hopefully I have enough time for this. You can see our health has already regenerated back to 100. Now when I get back up, we're still at 100. So we have another bug that has been introduced at some point where it does still kill us, even if we have been revived. I can't remember if I ever introduced logic to correct that. I thought I did, but I might have forgotten. But that's also going to bring us into another thing that we need to do. So if you saw, let me go ahead and run it through one more time. So my health is 100, and if I go down, it's still incrementing. So we're at 25, now 50, now 75, so on and so forth. This is another use case of setting the max health. So for example, when we are down, that means our health has hit 0. So if our health is at 0, we can do a couple different things. We can either leave it at 0, or we can modify our max health to be at 25. So whenever we say get revived, our health is going to start at 25, and then from there, it's just going to start incrementing to 50, 75, and then 100 again. So those are some ideas that we need to take into account for how we want to do this. But I just wanted to run those by you now, so you're kind of prepared when we start doing that in the next few videos. So with that out of the way, I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.